Hey y'all, welcome to the MuMu RedFern RealSilly Podcast of people. I know y'all ain't seen us in a while, you ain't seen me in a while, you ain't seen my people, my crew, nothing in a while. Why? Because everything is on hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
fight.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. Everybody goes on a season hiatus. You know what I'm saying? Like your favorite show. Right now, it's the summertime. Everybody traveling and doing things. So
ain't nobody traveling. Goddamn.
We tired. Where we go?
Can I do the introduction, please? Can I do the introduction?
Wait,
right,
this is supposed to be the real podcast for the people.
Yes, but can I do the introduction?
Go ahead. Let them work into it.
All right. MuMu RedFern RealSilly Podcast of the people.
Yeah.
Silly.
True. Yours right here. MuMu RedFern RealSilly. We got the Joker right here, my wife. Woo, we've been gonna do it, but we got through it. And then we go through it, and we got through it. Hey, baby, tell them something.
I thought we were leading into the show.
This is the show.
Okay.
Introduce yourself. That's what this is about. All right.
What I do last time? It's been so long since we did the show. Hey, y'all.
I ain't with it. That's what you usually do, but
I ain't with it.
Okay.
No, that's
the other
No, it
show.
doesn't matter.
show.
No, it doesn't matter. She's still in character.
I ain't with it.
L, what's up? What you got to tell the people?
Oh, that is true.
I missed y'all, but it's their fault. It's their fault that we did not do the podcast.
L, that's your introduction?
That's my introduction.
All right, Tim.
Because y'all know y'all got that other L. So I can't use my L name the way I would
But
like
she's
to.
double down on this show.
So.
We don't call her L. We call her double down here.
Oh, you call her double down?
We call her double down.
So I can keep my L.
Yeah, you got your L.
Oh, snap. Okay, go ahead.
Big Tim, where you at? Big Tim, where you at?
He alive.
you Tim Dog. That's my name on the show.
I remember rapper Tim Dog. That was one of my coolest rappers back in the 90s, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Right now we have a date night, as you can see. You got two. At least he didn't do DMX. We got two married couples right here tonight, and tonight we want to talk about last night. Because last night we all went to a play where Double Down, L.O. Day, did her thing. And she, you know what I'm saying, promoted her play that she's in. It's called
Life is But a Dream.
There you go, Life is But a Dream.
I got you.
And she promoted it. She promoted it before it's even started. So if you haven't seen it, we just want to talk about it tonight real quick, but not give out the information because it's going on tonight and it's going on tomorrow also. So if you haven't seen it, I mean, we're gonna need you to go ahead and contact her. You know what I'm saying, and see this play because we want to give our personal takes without giving out too much information if you haven't seen it.
Look at it on Facebook too. They got the information on Facebook.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say that it's about friendship, what's going on today in Atlanta especially. And when I say Atlanta,
What?
Yeah, the church and family and the people who got your back. That's what I got last night from this play because it was an awesome play. I laughed.
Okay, that's not just about you.
Okay, can I pass the mic? I'm going
pass
past.
the mic. Minister.
Okay.
We over here doing a sermon.
Ooh, okay. All right, then. Go ahead, Sharita, because I'm not about to do this. Go ahead.
Let everybody else speak.
What'd you get?
I'm throwing out.
She always throw it off. Go ahead, what you got for the play?
That everybody plays something different than other than what they are in the church.
Oh, wow. Think on that.
Mm-hmm.
Let it sink in and realize because double lives ain't what God's looking for.
Mm-mm.
Big Tim.
Oh, that's right.
They was hot and cold.
On that
no,
fence.
lukewarm.
On
They
that
was
fence.
mixed.
On that fence.
What you get from it, Tim?
One day hot, one day cold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you got something?
What you got?
That's why I don't do church.
No, it's not.
That's what I got. That's why I don't do church.
For real?
For real.
Come on,
You don't do church as usual.
I don't do church. Period.
Come on, Tim. Tim, you a minister, Tim.
Right. And I don't do church.
What you do?
I got you.
Jesus.
Relationship. He's talking about relationship. The most important thing you can have.
You have to speak regular people to regular people.
I gotta speak regular people
Yes.
to regular people.
I have told you that umpteen times.
I mean,
You can't speak Taurus to regular people.
Yeah, because
it doesn't
Taurus,
connect.
Taurus.
But I knew what you meant. You know what I'm saying?
yes, my relationship, and I guess that's why I haven't been in church for a minute. Is because I had to see whether my relationship was with God was with God, or was it with church?
Gotcha.
And when I stopped going to church, you don't know how blessed I have been.
I can get that.
But
Yeah, I got
my relationship with the congregation has nothing to do with my relationship with Jesus.
That's true.
And I go to church. I
thought it was about to play.
to edify myself. You said what I learned.
That's what he got
That's
from
what
the
it
play.
is.
I'm telling you what I got from the play.
See, L.
Oh.
It's a Taurus thing.
I'm
Taurus.
look,
Taurus.
talk like regular people. I'm a regular person, and if I was out there looking, I'd be like, what? Or maybe all the Tauruses will make a comment and be like, I don't know.
Because I understand what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? It's about the relationship that you have with God, because that's the most important. When you're dealing with people in the flesh who don't have a relationship or do have a relationship, it fluctuates.
Well, you want to make sure that what you're doing to glorify God. And
Exactly.
And that's what it boils down to. You know what I'm saying? In the play last night, I think it did give glory to God. You know what I'm saying? Life is but a dream. L all day, double down. Can't wait to get you back on here so you can talk about it yourself. But yes, I think you guys did glorify God, because at the end, that's what it came. That's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? The God understanding that whatever problems you're going through, these situations that we saw last night in that play.
That's what Barilla was singing. That's what Barilla was singing.
What was she saying?
No matter what you're going through, God is going to be right there with you.
Okay.
It was good.
Yeah.
But it was about God from beginning
The
to end.
battle is not yours.
Even with all the situations going on.
Yeah, because me and my wife were sitting there going, Jerry.
I know, right?
Because we live in Atlanta, and there's a lot of Jerry Springer stuff going on that I don't deal with. I'm sorry. If it comes my way, you're gonna do it by yourself. I don't deal with that Jerry Springer stuff. You gotta keep it moving with me, because I'm on that God stuff right now. I ain't with that Jerry Springer crap.
Now, it was some parts that kind of confused me, and I might be a little bit slow.
But you know you can't talk about it now.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you know.
You gotta let L
I'm gonna have to
explain that.
ask
So
y'all
on the
later.
next episode, whatever she was confused about, L will be able to explain. You know what I'm saying? That's double down.
Yeah,
all
but
day.
it was part of her character.
Oh, it was hilarious.
Oh, her daughter was really good.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. She was.
That was cute.
Yeah.
She was good.
Double down, your daughter. You know what I'm saying? If that was her debut, she did really well.
She did a great job.
And we understand.
She did a great
you know
job.
what I'm saying? That's how you do it. You know what I mean?
I shouldn't have ate that ice cream.
Why ice cream?
Don't do it up in here.
I had an ice cream sundae. No, it makes me mucusy. That's why.
Oh, that's why you. Oh, okay.
We talking about that right
You know,
now?
ice cream
I'm
got
sorry.
different. You
I
know,
keep
ice
clearing
cream
my
got different
throat.
effects on people. So
Yeah.
I
I'm
don't
like,
eat ice cream unless I have
Well,
a day
you know, I
off.
do that too, but I done handled that part.
I'm lactose tolerant, so when it comes to milkshakes, ice cream,
Lactose
I have.
intolerant.
Yeah, that's what it is. I gotta be off because I don't want to put y'all through that. Sorry.
okay, now that we got done with all that.
Now we're gonna talk about, because tomorrow is Father's Day, and we're gonna go down the line and see what you want to say about Father's Day. Would you want to talk about your father? You want to talk about the fathers in your life? You want to talk about, what you got?
Go.
Okay, for me, Father's Day.
You at the front line.
No. I'm front of the line. You're right, but I was gonna give everybody a chance. Front of the line. Okay, Father's Day. Me, I'm not a biological father, but my wife has birthed a son who is my son, and I love him to death. It's been many times where he hasn't loved me back, but right now, me and him was on point. As a child, as a baby, I met him when he was 1 year old. As a baby and everything, growing up, it was me and him. He saw me as his dad. And then there was something that happened. He was like, "You ain't my dad."
No, that's not what happened.
Can I finish? He was in school.
Excuse me,
And
that's
we
ice
had-
cream.
he had to fill out a form and tell, who's your dad. And when he filled out the form, it was another name than Mustafa. And he felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Because he saw me as his dad. He knew me as his dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
He
what I'm
felt lied
saying? Yeah, he felt lied to. So we kept going. And then when me and her broke up during dating period, you know what I'm saying, he really wasn't feeling me. You know what I'm saying?
He was mad with you.
Yes, he was. But then me and her got back together.
That's
we got
right.
married and everything.
Get the queen.
And he was loving mama. He was looking at me who I was, but he was loving mama. But right now, him and mama beefing, and I'm back to being dad. So I just want to say, I love you, dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you don't have to recognize me as a father, whatever the case may be, because I get in his butt right now because a lot of black men, young black men, are going through so much. And I just want him to be successful. Right. I want him to be the best he can be. You know what I'm saying? So right now he's doing his thing. He graduated high school. You know, I took him to his prom, and we were there for his graduation. We supported him and loved him the best way we could. What you laughing at? We're gonna go back to that.
I'm just saying you're a little long-winded.
Okay. Next, we got Sharita the Joker, who's gonna talk about Father's Day. What you got?
I miss my daddy.
That's it. We all miss our daddies. Come on now.
That's it.
Elle,
What
you got?
Well, I don't want to get too deep.
No.
But, my father died while my mother was pregnant with me.
Aww.
So I never met my father per se.
Wow.
Well, I didn't meet my father at all, period.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so,
Shut up.
I only hear stories about him and pictures and stuff like that. And, so Father's Day for me didn't really have any meaning, so to speak, because I didn't write it. He wasn't there. Yeah. Even though I had my grandfather and all that other kind of stuff, but not until I met my husband did Father's Day start to mean something to me,
become important.
Right, and then when I was pregnant with our daughter, I didn't want nothing to happen to him. Because my father died while my mother was pregnant with me, so I had that fear, like something would happen to him, right, or whatever like that. But so for me, Father's Day is about celebrating my husband,
all right,
and making sure that he's happy on Daddy's Day, and he knows that I love him, and all of that good stuff. Roll your eyes if you want to.
Can I ask you a question about
Even though he get on my nerves.
When it comes to your father, does that bother you at all on Father's Day or at all?
It doesn't, because I've never experienced it. Mm-hmm. The only time it bothers me about him not being here is on his birthday.
Okay.
For whatever reason, when his birthday rolls around, that's when it bothers me. Father's Day doesn't do anything, like I don't get upset or cry or whatever the case may be. Even when I was little, I didn't.
Wow.
But
strong woman.
Father's Day for me now is just because I didn't have a father, I just want to, not have a father, but not
because you didn't get a chance to experience
right.
Him.
So I just want him to make sure that he has the best Father's Day possible.
So before we get to Tim, I just want to say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Big game. Still growing. She hating it. Go ahead, Tim.
What's Father's Day mean to you, honey?
Go ahead, break it down, bro.
You awfully quiet.
That's a raggedy ass bed, bro.
No, it's not. It's hot. It's hot.
Yeah, hot mess. But anyway, let me get off that subject. Father's Day. My mother always made sure my father had a card or something on Father's Day, whether he came by the house or not. My father don't even know who I am. He has Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it's
something to deal with. Right?
Yeah, you go see him, and he like, Last time I talked to him, it was a year ago. We sat down and we talked. Mm-hmm. And the last time I seen him, he was like, when was the last time we sat down and talked? And when I told him, he was like, ooh. Mm-hmm. He missed a lot. But it only had been a year went by. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, you see him and he's like, oh. And I tell my kids, listen, if I don't ever remember you, just know I love you.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them every chance I get, because it might be come a time where I don't have that chance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and... Is
that hard on you with him not being able to remember you sometimes?
Yeah, it is. It is. And, for me, I'm the type of person, it is what it is.
You roll
I hate
with
that
it.
phrase.
You roll with it.
I hate that phrase.
No, it is what it is.
At the end of the day, it is what it is. Can't stand them phrases. I'm sorry. Just want to let you know.
Okay.
All right.
But guess what?
It is what
It is what it is.
Okay. So, my next Father's Day question is, what is your best memory? And I'm sorry, L. You know what I'm saying? I got to pose this question. You know what I'm saying? With your father. Now, me, I lost my father when I was 11. So, my parents got divorced, and I didn't see him after like maybe 5 years old. You know what I'm saying? Until he came to say goodbye because he knew he was passing, and he wanted to speak to me before he left. So I get that.
That's sad.
It is sad, but I get it. I appreciate it. I appreciate him.
Yeah,
That was
good
his
that you
goodbye.
had
You
the
know what I'm saying?
chance.
Yeah, that was him. He had a cane. He was old, frail.
I didn't get to
He
say
died of
goodbye.
cancer, a type of cancer and everything. But he came back. You know what I'm saying, to see me. I was living in Jamaica, Queens, and he came to see me. But the best memory, the funniest memory I had of him, I'm gonna tell you the funniest memory, is when, you know, we was in the subway station somewhere, and he took us to the restroom, me and him. And we go to the restroom, he let me go to the restroom, he picks me up, because the urinals, they didn't have little kid urinals back then, they had the only big ones. So he picks me up, I use the urinal, and he said, stand right behind me. Because back then, I think they must have been kidnapping people or something. So he goes to use the urinal after me, and he said, stand right behind me, don't you move. He using the urinal. Little did I know this was going to happen. He farted in my face. My dad farted in my face as he's peeing. You know what I'm saying? Like most men do when we peeing, we going past that gas. And he farted in my face. I remember to this day. I could have been no more than, what, 2 feet tall. And he let it go. My dad was about 6 feet. And it was hilarious. I still remember it. But that's one of the funniest memories that I have of my dad. I know, one thing I do know is he loved me. Even though all those situations that we had, you know what I'm saying, the divorce with my mom and all that good stuff, everything happened, I know he loved me.
I would have punched him in the nuts.
Nah, bro, I was too young for all that. You know what I'm saying? My dad was a protector. He protected his
I
family.
understood that, but I'd have punched him in the nuts.
What's your best memory of your dad? Well, funniest memory.
Well, the best memory is that when he used to take, because he and my mom got divorced, when he used to take me to school, to daycare every morning, he would give me money, and I would go to the store. I would leave the school.
You leave the school?
Yeah.
Were you supposed to leave the school?
No. I'd leave the school, go to the store, and come back with a pocket full of candy. That's what I remember.
Well, you wasn't
and my
supposed to do
mama
that.
no. And one day I stayed too long. The line was long. And when I came, they were looking for me, and they called my mama, and they saw me coming back across the street, so they called my mama back, but she wasn't at work. She was already on her way and stuff. So when she got there, she said, "Where you get money from?" "I didn't give you no damn money." And I said, "Dad give me money every day."
You gonna snitch on daddy?
Every time he dropped me off, he give me some change, so I want some candy, so I go get the candy. She beat me.
Oh.
In front of everybody.
Oh, hey,
and she
mama.
told my dad, "Don't give me no more money when he dropped me off, because I'll be going up to the store."
But did he do it?
Did he still give you the money?
He still get
Yeah,
it.
that's what I'm talking about. Good dad, good dad.
That's why I loved him. I was spoiled. He spoiled me.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
that's what daddies do.
That's what's
Yeah.
up.
I don't have a story for my own father thing.
Yeah.
But I'll share my story for today.
Yeah.
Because we went to the store today. Tim, myself, and Sydney.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Sydney has her own money.
Seem to be a girl now.
She got her own money. And she bought some stuff in the store. Now, mother was like, "You're going to pay for that out of your own money. You're not going to." So, when we were getting ready to pay for everything, you know, her father was closest to her. And he was over there. I know he was like, "I got you, I'm going to pay." So I knew how he was going to be. So I was like, "Tim, no, I'll pay for everything." You know, everything coming out of the joint account anyway. I was like, "No, I'll pay for our stuff and she'll pay." And he looked at me like, I wanted to pay for baby girl stuff too. And I was like, because baby girl need to learn to pay for her own stuff when she got her own money. And carry on. So you come over here all by me and I'll pay for this stuff and do whatever. And Sydney looking at me like,
It's always that one hater.
that's what she said in the store. She said, "It's always that one hater. And it's your mother." And I was looking at her like, "Forget you."
How old is she?
15.
You talking about a 15-year-old, y'all?
15 and everything. And he over there on the other side of me. I would have got you, I got you.
You better stop that.
No daddy. And whatever.
You better
So,
stop that.
Who you
I was
talking
just
to?
like,
Tim.
Leave Tim alone. That's his
No.
baby
yeah,
girl.
that's him.
It's
and
a united
they-
front.
No, not with them. Never.
She's a millennial. Ain't no united front
It's
with
her.
millennial.
They
What I
are
told y'all
united
about
front.
millennials
But
and
they-
Gen Z yesterday.
But look, her and they like this.
Mm-hmm.
They got their little
They trouble
battles.
buddies.
They got their battles too. But
They
At
trouble
the end
What's
of
his
the
buddies.
day-
sign? What's his sign?
Aquarius.
Oh, okay.
But see, Taurus get along just about anybody.
All right, Tim.
But that's his trouble buddy. That's
Let me
his
tell you
baby.
something.
That is his trouble buddy.
I don't like Aquariuses.
That's your daughter.
My mother's an Aquarius.
That's your mama.
My brother and sister's Aquarius.
That's your siblings.
And they all get on my last nerves.
That's because you're
But
a
he-
Taurus. Taurus
but
get
he
on
love
everybody's nerves.
But he love
Excuse
them.
me?
Yeah, I said it.
He
I'm
love
saying it
No, we
again.
don't.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, you do.
Y'all hard to work with.
Yeah, y'all bulls. Y'all the bull sign.
Wait a minute.
And when
No,
y'all
I'm
full
not
of
bulls.
BS.
Before we go
And-
into that, Tim,
Okay.
what is your happy moment with your dad?
Yeah.
Or whatever
Or
you
your
want to
funny.
express. You know what I'm saying?
Happy,
Whatever
funny.
you want to express about you and your dad.
You and your dad.
It's the Father's Day edition, bro. Go ahead.
I know. I'm trying to think of one. I mean, few and far between. But
Gotta be one.
I'm thinking, and I guess
I got one about his dad.
Okay.
If you ain't got one,
She
I got one.
I know what you going. I know what you gonna tell.
He
Okay.
came to Sydney's first birthday party when we lived in New York.
And my dad is OG.
He fresh is what he is.
ain't
So
fresh.
he fresh.
Fresh.
So I got family members and friends
explain
that
fresh.
come.
That's
I'm
old
gonna
school.
tell you. I'm gonna tell you. So friends and family coming in, right?
You really gotta
And it's-
tell that story?
Yes, and this is the baby's first birthday party, right? So all the family, everybody over there, and Sydney all dressed in her little dress, she all happy and everything, everybody. But my
Sydney had
father,
her grandfather and her father there.
right? She had it right. She did. My bad. So here goes my wonderful father-in-law looking at the women coming through the party. Now,
You like that?
just being fresh.
Yeah.
And then you people walking by, I ain't gonna say, my family or the side of the family be all thing. He just like,
Baby girl.
hey, like,
I see you.
Tim, who is that? That's L's cousin, so and so. I'm standing there like, it's your granddaughter's first birthday party. Hold yourself together, man. And he was
When
like,
he gonna see them again?
he said, nah, we family, but we not really family.
Ain't no blood connecting that.
Right. And then so the next people come, Lord. He's like, I don't know how much longer I could be here. Everybody right now. This is a sea of just beauty and booty. Just, I was like,
Booty and booty. You heard it here first in the
oh my
movie.
God. I was like, and I went to my husband. I was like, you got to get your dad. He's like, nope. He on his own. That's my pops. I love him. Well, I was like,
And
okay.
they sound like they just.
I got one.
Okay.
I used to work with my dad, and he was
Doing what?
carpentry, laying carpet,
Oh,
tiles,
look at you,
and
Jesus.
all that. So, yeah, I know how to do all that, lay carpet and
That's
tiles
what's
and all, and
He don't
linoleum.
know. He don't
But
know.
I hated working with my dad
Because
it was like slavery days. I was doing everything. The only thing he had to go and do and lay the tile.
dude, he was a supervisor at this time.
No, he wasn't no damn supervisor. He was supposed to be teaching me, and he was teaching me all right.
Can you still do it?
Yeah.
He taught you.
Anyway,
He could do it, but he don't.
we would be in the car. We'd be in the car, and the Salt and Pepper song came out. Push it. Dude, and we'd be in the car, and I'm listening to him singing it, and instead of saying, oh, push it, and he'd be saying, oh, fuck it. And I'm like, that's not what the song say.
That all the chain.
But let it rock.
This is some great stuff right here. Father's Day is tomorrow. We honor our fathers.
Yes.
Happy
Our
Father's Day,
spiritual
everybody.
fathers, our fathers by blood, our fathers not by blood, because we have many influential men who have been in our lives that
Right.
continue to pour into us. You know what I'm saying? Basically, we all go to the same church. It's Minister Mustafa, Minister Trina Sharita, Minister L, Minister Tim. And all of us, you know what I'm saying, we have spiritual fathers,
Pastor
bishop.
and training.
Cool. Okay. All right then. Yeah, I mean, you be preaching already, so you know what I'm saying. I don't think you in training. You just need.
I'm listening.
You just need an official title because you be preaching. You know what I'm saying. Whether it's Facebook and not talking to us. Who you did that at?
His wife.
Oh, you know what I'm saying. Don't be doing that to me.
Pay attention. Now you gotta stay focused.
You know he one track minded. He talking. He can't be talking.
So tomorrow, Father's Day, we want to say thank you to all.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
All the fathers are doing your job.
What's
you know
a Father's Day song?
And I want to say
R&B Father's Day.
No, time out. I want to say something. How do you guys feel about I think it was Target who got the baby daddy card? You know what I'm saying? They sent in the baby daddy card to Walmart, and at first they were going to sell them. Then they got the backlash, and then they pull them off the shelves. How do y'all feel about those happy baby daddy cards?
They should have never been created.
I'm glad I just found out about it.
I just told her about it.
I don't have to waste my time being upset.
But you know what?
Stupid.
That's our fault.
Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Some, not all, not everyone, would have went out and bought those cards.
I know.
That's crazy.
Because that's what they call they children's father.
My baby daddy.
And, you know, as far as Father's Day, I read a post where this lady said, help her do away with Father's Day.
Why?
Because it's something about hurts the children.
Father's Day hurts the children.
That's the a lot of single mothers.
That's the post. But you know what? There's a lot of single mothers out there, and a majority of them don't want to let their kids see. Don't want to let their kids see their father
for whatever reason.
Because the father left them for whatever reason, and then that puts a bad stigma on everybody else. And but they're gonna complain the dude ain't doing what he's supposed to do. You damn right. You ain't gonna let me see my kids. You can go fuck yourself.
Yeah, it's a lot of that going on, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? So for all you mothers out there who are having this situation, your child, whether male or female, needs their father in their lives. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to be a father, especially, because if he's out there doing his thing, don't want to be a father, then hey, you might have to play both roles. I get that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
A woman should never play
both
roles.
Sometimes that's how it falls.
No,
yeah, but that's
a woman should
on our
never
part.
Play both roles.
But you can't. A woman can't play both roles.
Exactly, and that's
but
what I'm
she thinks
saying.
she can.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, a woman should never play both roles, no matter how strong you are. You should never play both roles. A young man, a little boy, needs to see a man in his life that can teach him things, and so he can model himself after that situation.
Right.
There always needs to be a positive male role model in a young man's life.
100%.
He needs to have two people to choose from to go to, not just one.
So basically, if it's not his dad, you just need a positive male role. It could be the uncle, the cousin, the pastor, the preacher, the friend next door, just somebody.
Just vent everybody that
just somebody you know that's pouring into your child. Somebody you trust is pouring into your child. They're not trying to take advantage of the child, whatever. They just want to make sure that child's successful.
On that note, too, family is not always right.
No. So
when you choosing somebody to be in your child's life, vet them. Make sure that their values and your values at least are in the right direction. They might not be the same place, but they headed in the right direction.
You upset because you picked the wrong dude.
Yeah.
It ain't the child's fault. It's your fault. You picked that dude.
Right. Well, I go from a different direction. Is as single mothers. That when you're a single mother, and then you have, the uncles that come by, all of that stuff. That's what needs to stop, because you can't have your child saying, "Oh, is Uncle Paul coming over or Uncle so and so?" I mean, we have to value
out with Uncle John.
Right. We have to value ourselves as women, and you have to value men as men, and whatever our issues are our issues. And it take two people to lay down, two people to make a baby.
You
You decide to go ahead and have the baby. You knew what the man was like or whatever his position was before y'all got together. So whatever the turnout
if you did,
is,
that's your fault.
then it's really the onus is on us. And there's people there are gonna be people that's gonna disagree. But I will also say there are a lot of single fathers out here now as well.
Yeah.
There's more single fathers out here now than it was when I was growing up as a kid.
That was like that was like a unicorn.
Right. It was like, what? You are what? But now there's more single fathers. Right. now there's more single fathers out there too. So you gotta give them applaud and all of the anger that we have towards the children's father or fathers. It's time out for all that stuff. That's a place where you need to get healing at. And be able to move forward.
Now, I'm just saying.
Now, on the FathersDay edition, the women are going in. Go ahead.
I'm just saying. Now,
Go ahead.
and there's situations where you have to make a decision. Like I said, we can't. I saw that. That's that couple shit. We can't choose our family.
Right.
But we can choose to be around our family.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are situations where you become a single parent because you realize, yeah, I chose some shit.
Right. I agree.
So now I gotta clean up
Mm-hmm.
my shit.
Right.
It's not anything personal, but I gotta look out for what's best for what
And that's
God
what's
entrusted me
And that's
with.
good. Right.
You know what I mean?
Get out of yourself, people.
Sometimes
Get out of
it's
yourself.
not that I'm not letting you see them because of how I feel about you.
This is personal.
I'm just speaking from experience.
Right. They have their own issues they need to deal with first before they come back into the child's life.
Right.
Exactly.
You gotta get yourself
Because I'm gonna tell you some
together
stuff.
because
That's true
you
too.
can't the things that
She ain't gonna let me
you
tell you some stuff,
doing
but I want to tell you some stuff.
he can't do
Right.
and be successful in life. So
Mhm.
when you got it together, there's always a way to find me. I'm all
Right.
and he and I'll make sure that
I
he
agree.
know you and where to find you and all that good
That's
stuff.
on him.
Should he choose
When he's
to?
ready.
Right,
Exactly.
But
Get yourself
first,
together.
I gotta protect what was entrusted to me.
All right, let me go ahead and shut this down because we already 30 minutes in.
All right.
We want to thank you for tuning into the MuMu RedFern RealSilly Podcast and the people
Thank
date
you.
night.
Share that bitch.
We want to. No, that's not gonna happen.
Sure.
We're talking about
Happy
LL
Tie Day. Happy Tie Day Day.
Yeah.
And happy Father's Day to all you out there. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing your thing, continue to do your thing. If you're not, step up to the plate and look for your child.
And
Find
ask
out.
for
Go
some
back.
help.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do the Jerry Springer thing. Don't do the
Happy
World Cup
Father's
thing.
Day.
Go back and see how your child is doing. If you help birth that child into this world, because it takes two to lay down,
Check
on your child. It's 2018.
And if
Move
those
right
that
front
are
of
checking
right
on their
now.
child,
Check on your kid. And if you're
doing
already
a
been
great
doing the
job.
thing, we thank you. We salute you tonight.
Ooh.
Thank you for tuning in to MuMu RedFern RealSilly Podcast and the people. Thank you. That's that Tim Dog.
Yo, we gotta do another one
Yeah, we're about to do another one right now.
because I got a question.